Hey, I'm Charles with Rocky Mountain, and today I'm going to show you how to install a Tusk Stage 2 upgrade kit on your Kawasaki Teryx4 800. Now the Stage 2 kit is the mid-grade kit out of the three options, and it's going to come with some high quality accessories to fit your riding needs and help your brand new machine stand out. Now what comes in the kit is the removable full windshield. You're also getting the pivot folding mirrors with A-pillar mounts and a Polycarb rear window. So those are the items that make up the Stage 2 kit. Let me show you how to get them installed. We're going to start out at the back of the machine. So with this rear window, we're going to remove this protective film on both sides. Now I'm going to prep the rear window with the bulb seal. So the bulb seal comes in one piece. You're going to need to cut it into some smaller pieces. You can use some tin snips or side cutters, whatever you have. And we're going to cut one piece at 53 inches long. You've got two at 12 1/4 inches long, one at 2 1/4 inch, one at 11 1/2 inches, and one at 16 1/4 inches. And last, we have the 50-inch piece across the bottom. We're going to install the 53-inch bulb seal across the top, and for the rest of this stuff, I'm going to be wearing some rubber gloves, and that way I don't get my fingerprints all over the window. And if you find any spots that the seal doesn't fit tight, what you can do is pinch it together and press it back on, and it should create a tighter seal. Then we've got the two 12 1/4 inch pieces that are going to come down this top side on both sides. Then we've got this 2 1/4 inch piece right next to this slot right here. Then after that, we'll install the 11 1/2 inch piece. And we've got the 16 1/4 inch piece on the other side. And last, we have the 50-inch piece across the bottom. Now on the back of the machine, we have these rear cross support tubes. We're going to install the 6 P-clamps onto them. So we've got 2 on the bottom. That flat side is going to be facing the rear of the machine. 4 on top, again, that flat side faces the rear of the machine. Now we're going to remove the lower mounting bolts for the upper support tubes, and we're going to install the 2 mounting brackets and reuse these mounting bolts. And we're going to leave it loose until we have that rear window installed. Now I'm going to install the roll cage clamps. These have a rubber strip in them. We're not going to be reusing that rubber strip. We'll remove the mounting bolt along with the washer. Then there's 2 bolts on the back of the clamp. And the flat sides of these clamps are going to be facing out, and that mounting bolt is going to be towards the rear of the machine. And once you have those on, you want to make sure you leave the hardware loose so you can make adjustments once we have that rear window in place. Then we'll go do the same thing on the driver's side. Now if you plan on running a flag with the rear window, what you're going to want to do is get this optional bracket from our kit, and then you've got this larger bolt with the nylock nut. We'll go ahead and tighten that down. It's going to take an 8mm Allen socket and an 18mm socket. Next, I'm going to set the rear window in place, and the curved corners are going to be up towards the top. Now I'm going to line up the roll cage clamps and loosely install the mounting bolts. Next, I'm going to take the 6 P-clamps and I'm going to align those with the slots in the rear window, and we'll install the hardware. And then don't forget, we have these 2 brackets in the upper corners. The same hardware is going to go through those as well. Now that we have all the hardware loosely installed, we'll go ahead and adjust the rear window for optimal fitment and tighten all the hardware down. Now I'm going to install the mirrors. So to do that, we need to install the A-pillar mounts. So first we're going to remove both of these bolts going through the driver's side A-pillar, and we will not be reusing that hardware. Now the kit comes with two different A-pillar mounts. One of them's got a curve and the other one goes straight. So the driver's side is going to be the straight one. The curved one is going to go on the passenger side. We'll just stick both of those new bolts through there. We'll put the new nylock nuts on the back side. We'll go ahead and tighten those down. Now, if for some reason these holes aren't lining up perfectly, you can put one bolt in at a time and use an alignment punch to help line everything up. To tighten down the new hardware, we're using an 18mm socket and 18mm combo wrench. Then we'll go do the same thing on the passenger side. Now we're going to install the mirrors. Just keep in mind you want to have the correct one on each side. So the correct side, you're going to be able to read that logo right there. And then you're just going to use your 13mm wrench, loosen up this bolt on the side. Keep track of that star washer. And then we're going to remove the star washer, put the bolt through the bracket, install the star washer, and then thread the bolt into the mirror. And then just make your final adjustments and tighten that bolt down. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Next, we're going to be installing our windshield. So we need to prep that. We're going to remove both protective films from it. And I'm wearing some rubber gloves to keep my fingerprints off. With that film off, we're going to install the bulb sill just like we did on that rear window. Just make sure it's centered up. And on this one, it's going to be easiest to start in the middle. Next, we're going to install these P-clamps on the horizontal tube for the front of the roll cage. So you can measure in 12 inches from this A-pillar. That's where this clamp's going to go. And as you put the back of the clamp back on, just leave the hardware loose because we will be moving these clamps just a little bit. Then I'm going to remove that mounting bolt on the front of the P-clamp. And we'll do those same steps on the other side. Next, I'm going to set the windshield in place, and we're going to use our Velcro clamps to strap it down. To get the Velcro clamps installed, just go around the back of the roll cage. You're going to feed this through the slot in the windshield, and then we're going to go through the clamp behind that bar. And we're not going to tighten it down yet, just fold it over, go back through the slot in the windshield, press this into place, and now we can adjust the windshield and tighten the strap down. Then we'll go ahead and do the same steps for the remaining clamps, and keep in mind you may have to make some adjustments as you go along. Now I'm going to move the P-clamps so they line up with the slot in the top of that windshield. Then we're going to install the knob and tighten it down. And once you've done that, you can go ahead and tighten the back two mounting bolts for the P-clamp. And that's all there is to installing the Tusk Stage 2 Upgrade Kit on your Kawasaki Teryx4 800. If you have any questions about the install process, leave those down in the comments below, or if you need this kit, it's available on our website. We also have other accessories on there. So check that out, and if you want to see more helpful content for your Kawasaki, be sure to subscribe to our channel. I'm Charles with Rocky Mountain. Thanks for watching.